Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Elite Weather. Mr. G back with you once again. We're looking outside of Dallas Fort Worth, where we can see again it's pretty cloudy out there, as that is going to be ground zero for a lot of severe weather this afternoon. We're going to see a line of thunderstorms come through with some heavy rain, some very heavy rain, damaging wind, and gorilla hail. Once again, we're going to be seeing 2 to 3 inch diameter hail, maybe even larger. Some tornadoes will also be possible. So a very busy afternoon is on tap for Texas. So from Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, all the way down to San Antonio, we could see that potential for that severe weather today. So it's not going to be a good day out there across the Lone Star State. So let's take a look at the maps right now. So we take a look at our radar and show you what's going on across the country as we track the severe weather potential down across the southern plains. All right, folks, here we are as we take a look at the state of Texas right now. As we talk about that severe weather threat this afternoon, we already have some thunderstorms starting to develop here out towards parts of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Just to the west of Dallas-Fort Worth, we're starting to see some thunderstorms develop. Got a lot of clouds in the area, so we see this is where we have our convective outlook for today across the state of Texas, where we're going to be seeing an enhanced risk for severe weather here over north central Texas and parts of northeast Texas, when we're going to have that potential for those large tornadoes, very large hail, damaging winds, and heavy rain that can be leading to some flash flooding out here across the state of Texas this afternoon. And it's still pretty quiet right now, but as you can see on the last segment there, it's pretty cloudy out here across parts of North Texas as well. So there we are, as you can see some of the lightning strikes starting to flare up there as we're starting to get some thunderstorms developing just to the west of Dallas Fort Worth and the potential. All right, folks, here we are as we talk about the severe weather threat down across the state of Texas this afternoon and evening. And here is the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We have some thunderstorms beginning to develop here to the south and west of Dallas-Fort Worth. And we can be starting to see that line of thunderstorms just getting going out there as things are getting started right now down there. And we have that potential for very large hail, damaging winds up to 75 miles an hour. And we have some tornadoes possible. We're going to be seeing some large tornadoes, potentially EF2 or greater, down here across central and north Texas this afternoon, as we have our area of enhanced risk for severe thunderstorms over the north central Texas area. And we're going to be seeing heavy rain as well. That could lead to some flash flooding down there across the Alamo State. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth, if you're down in Austin down here, or San Antonio, pay attention to these afternoon weather forecasts, because we're going to definitely be dealing with some wild weather out there across the state of Texas. Let's look at some things that's going on in other parts of the country. We're going to talk about weather in other parts of the country as well, because it's not just the South that's experiencing bad weather this week. We also see a lot of wet weather here through parts of Ontario, Canada, and into the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic states. So if you're in New York City, all the way down to D.C., we're going to be seeing those rain showers prevailing through this area this afternoon. And we also have some rain showers back here through parts of the cold country. So if you're in West Virginia and through parts of the Ohio Valley and Tennessee Valley, we're seeing some scattered rain showers as well, and some embedded thunderstorms. So we're not just seeing thunder down there in Texas, but we're also seeing it through parts of the Mid-South and into the Northeast. So let's take a look at the northern plains in Minnesota right now, where they too are dealing with some wet weather this afternoon. All right, we also have some rain taking place through parts of Minnesota, as well as we look at this map here for your your Friday afternoon. So many of you up here through the Twin Cities will have a wet commute on your way home today, and those rain showers is going to extend into parts of northwestern Wisconsin as well, and down into Iowa. You're going to be seeing some of those rain showers this afternoon. There might be a couple of rumbles of thunder, so we may have some embedded thunderstorms, but no severe weather is anticipated across the upper Midwest and the northern plains this weekend. Let's take a look at where we're seeing some more showers and thunderstorms taking place down across Oklahoma as well. All right, here we are as we take a look at the Sooner State, where we're dealing with a lot of rain showers. So we're just picking up a lot of rainfall. This is very close to our center of low pressure out here. So we're seeing a lot of rain showers and embedded thunderstorms down across the Oklahoma. There's Oklahoma City and Tulsa over that way. We're not expecting any severe weather up in Oklahoma this afternoon. So that is a good bit of good news for you folks. But you will pick up some very beneficial rainfall. Some of that rain could be a bit heavy, so we could be seeing some minor flash flooding taking place through parts of Oklahoma as well. So that is a look at the radar situation across the country in areas where we're dealing with some wet weather and stormy weather this afternoon. So let's move into your weather today and talk about the rest of the forecast. Okay, welcome to your weather today. Again, we're going to be talking about that severe weather down there across in the state of Texas, as well as wet weather into other parts of the country, including the Northeast, the Great Lakes, the Upper Midwest, and down across the Southeast and into the state of Florida. And we also have beautiful weather out over the western half of the United States, where it's starting to get rather hot down across the southwestern desert. So Phoenix and Las Vegas is going to be experiencing triple-digit temperatures for the first time this season. And let's move on with the rest of that as we take a look at the radar. And this is what we just covered. There's those rain showers here in Oklahoma, rain showers up in the upper Midwest through Minnesota. And we also have a lot of wet weather into parts of the Northeast and the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley. Our severe weather is getting ready to get started down here across the state of Texas. And we also are seeing some rain showers in and along the Gulf Coast and across the state of Florida. We have a bit of a heavy rain maker out here over the Gulf of Mexico. We'll have to keep an eye on that and look for any tropical development potentially out of that guy out there, but I don't think so. But it's looking kind of interesting. It's definitely producing a whole lot of rain out over the Gulf of Mexico. We'll have to see how it affects the state of Florida in the days to come. And then out to the west, bone dry and rather nice across the western half of the United States. And here we are as we take a look at our satellite. Here's our southern plain storm that's producing that severe weather over Texas and those showers and storms over Oklahoma. We have our upper Midwest storm that's producing some cloudy and wet weather through the upper Midwest and the northern plains. And then we have a storm over the Northeast, and we can see those clouds and showers out over the mid-Atlantic and into the southeastern United States. And here we are with our current temperatures across the country. And you can see it's warm along the Gulf Coast. Look at all of those 70s. So we're seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 70s along the Gulf Coast. We're seeing some temperatures reach the mid 80s over the state of Florida. But it's still cold across the Rockies and the southern Rockies and into the upper Midwest and the northern plains. It's still in the 40s in the Dakotas and into Minnesota as well. So we're seeing a cold and cloudy day. You can see that storm system up here across the northern plains. It's going to be pretty cold, and it's going to bring snow before it's all said and done to parts of the upper Midwest. It's pretty nice and mild through the Midwest, through Indiana and Ohio and Illinois. You can see it's pretty nice there. The temperatures are in the 60s, the lower to middle 60s, so it's pretty good there. But it's a little bit cooler here because of clouds and rainfall. So we have rain-cooled air through parts of the mid-Atlantic, and we're seeing a little bit of a warming trend across the Northeast as those temperatures are going to make it into the 60s today. So a pretty nice day in the Northeast temperature-wise, with the exception of the northern plains, the Rockies, and the parts of the Yeah, that's it. The northern plains and the Rockies just can't shake the cold weather, so it's going to continue to be cold across the north and into the mountains. Here's a look at some of the dew point temperatures across the country. We're seeing those warmer dew points down across the south and east, where those dew points are in the 60s down here across Texas. Look at them, 67 down there. That is in San Antonio. Oh no, yeah, San Antonio. Look at the 74 over there in Houston. We're seeing, no, that's Brownsville, Texas right there. Houston is right there with a dew point temperature of 62. So we're definitely starting to see the dew points rise across the south and east as our storm systems converge down there and pull that moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico. Here's a look at our severe weather this afternoon, and these are some of the reports for severe weather that we've had over the past 3 days. We've been dealing with these severe thunderstorms a whole lot lately. Tons of large hail, some damaging wind. There were a few tornadoes as well. So we had a few tornadoes down here along the Gulf Coast. We've had a lot of heavy damaging wind and some flash flooding as well. So we're definitely seeing a lot of damage reports and a lot of problems with the severe weather down along the Gulf Coast and in the central and southern plains. And as we talk about the hail threat this afternoon, okay, so we have that risk for very large hail across the state of Texas. 2-inch hail or greater, 2-inch diameter. That's going to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're going to really be seeing that there as like the bullseye for some of that very large hail. But that includes San Antonio as well as Austin. You guys too can see that very large hail down there across the state of Texas this afternoon. Boy, it's going to be pretty interesting. And then that severe thunderstorm forecast for today, now we have that very likely scenario here where we're going to be seeing our enhanced threat of severe weather here through the Dallas-Fort Worth down into Waco. This is where our greatest risk for severe weather going to be today, and that is going to be the highest threat for large tornadoes this afternoon. But we can also see a pretty decent threat for severe weather down here near Austin and San Antonio as well, with large tornadoes and large hail is going to be possible, as well as heavy rain and damaging wind. So pretty much the entirety of East Texas, we're going to be dealing with that risk for that severe weather this afternoon. And we're going to be looking at that damaging wind forecast for this afternoon and evening through the entire watch area down there across Texas, where we can see those winds exceed 75 miles per hour. This is non-tornado winds. This is microbursts and downdrafts and outflow from thunderstorms. So some thunderstorms will be producing 75 mile an hour or greater wind gusts during this afternoon and evening across the state of Texas. This is that severe forecast for today, today and tonight. That severe weather over here over Texas. So we have that likelihood, a very likely scenario of severe weather. And then we have a marginal shot at severe weather over here across the southeast and into parts of the Carolinas. And this is where we're going to be seeing marginally severe thunderstorms possible and along the east coast of Florida down to Miami and Fort Lauderdale. We're going to be dealing with that possibility of some severe thunderstorms today. And we're going to be looking at severe thunderstorms again, primarily along the Gulf Coast. So if you're in Florida, Pensacola, Florida, Tallahassee, Apalachicola, we're going to be seeing that potential there for some severe thunderstorms, and the primary threat is going to be tornadoes. It's going to be those water spouts right along the Gulf Coast. So we're going to be seeing those potential for tornadoes, some hail, and damaging winds, and we're definitely going to be seeing heavy rain and some flooding issues down along the Gulf Coast as we move into your Saturday. So here's a look at your future cast for this afternoon. And we're going to be seeing those severe thunderstorms really getting underway about the 5 o'clock hour this evening across the state of Texas. Dallas and Fort Worth is just to the north there. We're going to be seeing our line, a broken line of severe thunderstorms beginning to develop, and they're going to be seeing some very large hail. As you can see, the purple, that indicates hail. This is what the radar is predicting. What the maps or the models are predicting will be occurring about 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I'll have to track that so that we can keep an eye on those severe thunderstorms. So about 7 o'clock, just a couple of hours later, look how that storm line expands down across parts of central and east Texas. We're going to be seeing that line of severe thunderstorms, and we're going to be seeing severe thunderstorms taking place across pretty much all of East Texas and North Texas this afternoon. So we're going to be watching for those tornadoes and that hail and damaging winds as well. So that is a look at your okay, here. All right, so that is your severe weather. I was like, wait a minute, the forecast over? No, it can't be. But anyway, so here is your main forecast. So take a look at the nation. We got a lot of storm systems out there right now. It's pretty busy across the south and the east. Our continental blocking high is taking care of things out west. They're having beautiful weather from the Rockies, the Pacific Northwest, all the way down to Southern California and the Southern Deserts. It's still a little bit on the cold side in the Rockies and across the northern plains, but we are seeing a cold storm that's bringing some rain showers across the upper Midwest and into Minnesota. So we're going to be seeing cold rain out that way with those temperatures in the 40s. Our severe thunderstorms down here across Texas, as that's being very well advertised on this channel, that severe weather across the southern plains. And then we have another storm across the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast that's going to be producing some pretty heavy rainfall over that way as well. So some moderate to heavy rain across the mid-Atlantic and the northeast. Going to be seeing some thunder as well. Heavy rain down along the Gulf Coast where some folks can pick up several inches of rain. And so we're going to be seeing that continue this afternoon. And as we head into the we're going to move into our regional outlooks now. So here's the eastern United States for the remainder of today, as we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the 50s across the mid-Atlantic, but you can see those 60s up in New England. So where it's not any rainfall or any overcast conditions, but they've gotten a little bit more sunshine up toward the north. So we're going to see that 67 for you folks in Boston. But we're going to be seeing a lot of wet weather across the mid-Atlantic. So Philadelphia, Charlotte, New York City, D.C. is going to be seeing a lot of rainfall. And even into the Ohio Valley, we're going to be seeing rain. So Cleveland, Nashville, Indiana, so Indianapolis is going to be seeing those rain showers, as well as Chicago is going to be dealing with some rain showers this afternoon, and those temperatures are going to be in the 50s for you folks. But down across the southeast and along the Atlantic coast, temperatures are going to be in the 70s and lower 80s with thunderstorms from like Myrtle Beach, thunderstorms for Orlando as well. And you're going to be seeing those thunderstorms down to the south, down there in Miami. Here's a look at what we're going to be seeing across the nation's middle section, so the Midwest and the Central Plains. We're going to still be dealing with rain across the upper Midwest today. So we're going to be seeing wet weather for Minneapolis, wet weather in Des Moines. We're going to have wet weather for you folks down in Wichita, as well as into Kansas City, Missouri. It's going to be rainy today. Thunderstorms down to the south through where our cold front is. You see our inland cold front. We're going to be seeing thunderstorms down that way, but our severe weather once again down there across the state of Texas. So very bad weather down across the state of Texas. So Dallas, Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Austin are going to be under the gun once again for that severe weather, but the western part of the country is going to be nice. Here's the western forecast, and we can see those temperatures really hot down here across the southwest. Woo, look at that. Look at that today. 96 in Phoenix, and we're going to be seeing it 91 there in Las Vegas, 72 in Los Angeles. So it's really nice along the West Coast, because it's even 71 up there in San Francisco. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle and Portland. Even in Boise, we're having temperatures in the 70s right now. So we're definitely see temperatures and the weather improve out west. And it's going to be sunny everywhere on the western half of the United States. So from the Rockies to the West Coast, beautiful weather and no complaints. All right, so here we are as we take a look at your Saturday. That beautiful weather is going to continue across the west. Starting to get a little bit hotter. 99 in Phoenix, 97 in Vegas, 77 in LA. So it's definitely starting to get really hot out there across the southwest. Really nice in California. I mean, wow, it's beautiful weather. We can't complain if you're in the western half of the United States. 77 in Seattle, 66 down. We're going to be seeing that warm out in Portland and Seattle. It's getting warm through the northern Rockies. We are so, I know I'm just losing my words. I'm so mesmerized about how nice the weather is across the western United States. But with that big ridge of high pressure, it's going to keep things nice for quite a time there. And here we are as we take a look at the middle part of the country on Saturday. So the Midwest primarily is still going to be dealing with rain across the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, so Minneapolis, Milwaukee, if you're out there, out that way, Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Ohio, will still be dealing with some rain showers on your Saturday through the upper Midwest and into the plains as well as into the Great Lakes. So we're going to see rain spread into the northeast up there. So Boston, we're going to see rain showers. We'll cover the northeast on the next map. Let's just focus with where my cities are here. So in the Midwest, the upper Midwest for Saturday, we'll continue with that wet weather. And then we'll continue with storms down along the south. So New Orleans is going to continue with showers and thunderstorms and maybe a shower and storm in the morning for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. San Antonio is going to have a nice day, 77 degrees, and we're going to be starting to see things dry out over that way for a day or so before the next round of severe weather moves through. All right, so here's the eastern part of the country. So in the northeast, we're going to be seeing that rain showers come through from our storm along the Atlantic coast. We have the storm over the Great Lakes. Then we have another storm over the mid-Atlantic. So we have 3 or 4 areas of low pressure affecting the weather over the eastern half of the United States. That severe weather down along the Gulf Coast is going to be bringing some water spouts and weak tornadoes there. Heavy rain, some damaging wind, and large hail is going to be possible there along the Gulf Coast in Florida, primarily in South Georgia, southeastern Alabama. We're going to see a few showers along our cold front here that's going to extend through the parts of the Ohio Valley and the Illinois Valley and through parts of the Tennessee Valley. We're going to be seeing wet weather, and that weather is going to extend to the Great Lakes and the upper Mississippi River Valley. So that includes the state of Minnesota, the state of Wisconsin, the state of Michigan as well. So all around wet day across the eastern half of the United States, with the exception of the mid-Atlantic here. So if you're near Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte, going to be a nice day for you folks. Still might be nice enough for Nashville. So if you're here in Appalachia, you guys going to have a pretty nice day there across parts of the Mid-South. And we're going to be looking at those temperatures across the country for Friday. Again, warming up across the west. Very nice across the western half of the country. Nice as far as temperatures is concerned down in the state of Texas and along the Gulf Coast. Those temperatures mostly in the 70s, a lot of 70s through parts of the Midwest as well. And in the Northeast, we will have an area in the 50s where it's cloudy. If it's cloudy and rainy, your temperatures will be cooler. You will have temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s. If your area is partly cloudy or sunny, your temperatures will be warmer. The Northeast is going to have those temperatures in the middle 60s. We're going to be seeing a lot of 70s down across the Southeast, maybe some 80s across the state of Florida. So Nice weather as far as the temperature is concerned. Over most of the nation, we're starting to see things get pretty warm out there, with the exception of the extreme north and parts of the Rockies. So it's just can't we can't shake the cold air up here. But it's pretty nice today up here in Minnesota. We're actually doing all right today. Temperatures are in the 50s today, so it's okay. And we're going to still see wet weather across parts of the northern plains for your Saturday. Some light rain and maybe a little bit of snow as well up here near the Canadian border in northern Wisconsin, and the upper peninsula of Michigan will be dealing with some rain showers and snow. So it's going to be just cold enough for a few snowflakes up that way, and heavy rain and thunderstorms through parts of the Ozarks, so Arkansas, Louisiana, and along the Gulf Coast. On Saturday, we're going to have that severe weather across the Florida Panhandle, South Georgia, Southern Alabama. So we're going to be dealing with severe weather on your Saturday afternoon, and we're going to be seeing rain through upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, as well as through Rhode Island and Connecticut. Pennsylvania will be dealing with some rain showers as well. So a lot of wetness is going to continue across the eastern United States. But look at the west. West of the plains, it's like unbelievable how beautiful it is. So that is your okay, well, I can't forget about Sunday. All right, here's a quick look at Sunday. We'll cover Sunday real quick. Before I'm like, okay, all right, so I'm losing it kind of. I'm hungry. I need to go eat some lunch. I'm trying to keep from passing out here. So, all right. So as we look at Sunday to wrap things up, now the beautiful weather out west. Look how hot it's going to be in the Southwest. 101 in Phoenix, 97 in Las Vegas, and 79 in LA. So beautiful weather out west. We can't complain. We don't care about them because they had a rough winter, but they're going to get back to normal. We ain't worried about the West. But let's talk about my friends out on the East Coast. It just won't stop. It just won't stop with the cold. It won't stop with the rain. Look at that Sunday. Look at the snow across Minneapolis once again. We might be seeing some snowflakes and temperatures 45 degrees. So that tells me that whatever snow falls is not going to stick, and it's mostly going to be overnight and early in the morning that we could see those snowflakes. But I think the precipitation might end by the time we do actually snow. So it's going to be hit and miss on the snow, but there is snow in the forecast for Sunday morning, and we're going to be seeing those rain showers through the mid-Atlantic. So DC, New York, Philadelphia, Cleveland, all of these guys, Baltimore, Cape Hatteras, all of you guys are going to be seeing rain on your Sunday, all the way down to the southeast. So Atlanta, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. It's just going to be wet. So wet on the east, dry in the west. That's it in the nutshell. So my name is Mr. G. That is your weather forecast, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go grab some lunch. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you for helping me get past the 400 subscriber mark, too. Bye-bye.